Hope you all are fine. Today I am going to teach you about democracy. So let us start. This is class 9th second chapter. What is democracy and why democracy? So what is democracy? A form of government in which people elect their representatives by voting. Democracy is a form of government, type of government in which people elect their representatives by voting. And according to Abraham Lincoln, he defined democracy as government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So, in short, what is democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by people. So, in democracy, there the citizens get the choice to elect their representatives. This is democracy. Okay, and the word meaning about democracy is democracy word has been derived from the two Greek words demos and kratia. Demos means people and kratia means rule. So democracy means rule of the people. Okay, here it's a democracy, it is a government in which more interest is laid on the priority of citizens about their freedom, about their rights, and all the things that are related to citizens, and this form of government can be termed as democracy. And the next topic in this chapter is about features of democracy. What are the features of democratic government? Okay. In democracy, rulers are elected by people for a fixed term. In democracy, the rulers are elected by people for a fixed term. Smooth transfer of powers between political parties, their coalitions. People enjoy rights, liberty, and equality. Rulers are elected by people. In democracy, the rulers are elected by people by voting, and these rulers are elected for a fixed time. For example, in India, here the rulers are elected for 5 years, and in Mexico for 6 years, respectively in other countries. And in democracy, there is smooth transfer of power between political parties. In democracy, powers are distributed between various political parties. This is another feature of democracy. And their coalition, sometimes there is coalition government between two political parties, there gets coalition, both the political parties form government. Okay, and in democracy the most important feature is people enjoy their rights. There the fundamental stress is laid on the rights of people. The fundamental rights are enjoyed by the people in a democratic country. And moreover, liberty and equality. There is liberty and equality. People are free. Liberty means liberty has been derived from the Latin word liber, that means free. So there is liberty for the people in democracy and equality. All are equal before law, irrespective of creed, caste, color, and sex. All enjoy equal rights. All are equally treated by the law. So these all are the features of democracy. Okay, and non-democratic government. So we will know about non-democratic government, a type of government that is not democracy, like monarchy and dictatorship. What happens in that form of government? Rulers are either hereditary. In non-democratic governments, rulers are hereditary. For example, the father is ruler and his son becomes ruler, then his son becomes ruler, then his son becomes ruler, and the cycle continues in non-democratic government. And in non-democratic government, there may be military dictators. Military dictators may be there. Autocratic rule may be there. Okay, extending over maximum possible term. And the autocratic rule that has no limit. It extends for years and years in non-democratic governments. People don't enjoy full rights. In non-democratic government, people do not enjoy full rights. If they criticize government, they are being punished. And liberties, and people are not free. Their liberties are curtained, they are confined. So let's start. Why define democracy? Why do we need to define democracy? Or we define it, we need definition only when we come across a difficulty in the use of a word. in the use of a word. Okay. Whenever we try to find a definition of any word, okay, that time we need to define the word. Okay, we need definition of word only. Whenever we face any difficulty in using a word, we need to explain that word, define that word. So I have already told you the democracy, demos means people, Croatia means rule. Okay, words remain same, but meaning changes with time. The words, for example, democracy and all others, they remain same, but with the passage of time, their meaning gets changed. Okay. Today, all the countries of the world claim that they are democratic countries, but in real terms, none of them is democratic countries because they are not up to the they are not up fit to the parameters of democracy. Whatever the ideals of democracy tell us, they are not fulfilling all the criterias. Words and concepts are abstract, thus taken in broader and narrow contexts. The words and concepts are abstract. Okay, they are abstract, thus taken in broader and narrower meanings. That's why we are taking them in broader and narrower meanings. Single definition is not always complete. The single definition, for example, I can say democracy is a government in which rulers are elected by the people. This is not always complete. This needs to be modified with the passage of time. Okay. A simple definition. Democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. This is simple definition of government. Democracy is people's rule. So democracy is rule of the people or people's rule. Every government that holds election is not democracy. In world, whatever the country is, there exists a government. Okay, and in that type of government, elections are held. But on the basis of elections, we cannot term a country as democratic country. This is misleading. Okay, every government wants to be called a democracy, even if it's not so. Every country of the world wants to be called a democracy, but they are not. So another topic is democratic society. In a democratic government, okay, government is only one element coexisting in a social fabric of many and varied institutions. इन डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट, जो डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट होती है, ठीक है, इज ओनली वन एलिमेंट, ये एक ऐसा एलिमेंट होता है जो बाकी इंस्टीट्यूशंस के साथ भी वहाँ पे होता है. जैसे कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ होती है, एसोसिएशंस होती है, उन एसोसिएशंस को, उन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ को भी फ्रीडम होता है, वो भी को एग्जिस्ट करती है विद गवर्नमेंट. गवर्नमेंट उनको रोक टोक नहीं कर सकता. ठीक है, तो ये जो डाइवर्सिटी होती है, इसको हम बोलते हैं प्लूरलिज्म. सो व्हाट इज प्लूरलिज्म? Pluralism means when a government existed with other institutions, organizations, and political parties, and both the political parties, governments, and organizations are independent. This can be termed as pluralism. Organized groups and institutions do not depend upon government for their existence. The organized groups and political parties, they are not dependent. They are not dependent on government. Okay. Thanks. Have a nice day.